What is up, guys? We're back. We're back in the workshop. Why? Because I'm pretty sure or I'm guessing right now, my drive belt for this Xhorse is gone bad. I tried to start up the machine, decoded a key, and went to cut the new key. When you could hear the internal motor kind of start to spin, but drill bit didn't spin at all. And then, of course, drill bit ran into the key and broke my bit. So I suspect a drive bit. So we're going to get into this thing and try and find out. So just what I've kind of found, I think I got to take this cover off, which means taking the handle off. I got an assortment of bits. You're never going to see that. Let's see if we can get this in frame here. That one says VH5. It's going to be used for that. The second one, VH25. That's going to get all these guys. Looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, a couple on the back, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then a couple on the front, another different size. That one is a number, yeah, whatever. Can you see it? It's a 3. And that one will also do this. So, as always, I'm kind of working one-handed here. So, I'm going to take off those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 bolts, and we'll see if we can get into this thing. I'll be right back. So that's all the bolts that I just pointed out. Once I pop those out, this thing kind of comes back. Hold on. So all I did there was push this little tab, unplug this so I can get this part out of the way. And now, of course, I'm looking for that belt, so it's got to be, imagine it's behind here. So I'm going to take those 2 Phillips out. I'm also going to unplug that, and hopefully the next thing you see will be access to that drive belt. I'll be right back. So far everything has been fairly intuitive, simple, but my problem now is I don't know if I'm gonna have to take those bits out. I already loosened them up, so I'm probably going to, but basically this deck is stopping this cover from coming off. Now it took me a little bit to kind of figure this out, but this screw here, that raises and lowers the deck sort of manually. So you can see I'm turning that. Hopefully you can see that's lowering it, and what I need to do, I guess, raise it up all the way to get that out of the way, and that is starting to feel a little bit tight, so I'm going to stop, and yeah, that's going to allow me to get that right off. I'll be right back. And as I suspected, there's your drive belt that goes in between these 2 pulleys, whatever you want to call them, and that's broken. So I'm going to poke around, see if I can find what's available, and I'll be back. Alright, so we're back from the hardware store. This is the broken belt. I did order a 5-pack of Xhorse drive belts from eBay. Those obviously will be in sometime this week, but for now, this is a O-ring from the plumbing section of the hardware store. You can see diameter like 100% exact. As far as the width of the ring itself, looking at it closely, it looks like the Xhorse one is just a tad bit thicker. But the other thing that I've sort of tested out off camera is the whatever you want to call it, elasticity of it, and it seems exact to this one. So what's the difference between an Xhorse drive belt and an O-ring from the local hardware store? At best, I'm hoping this is going to make it so I can go out and cut keys tomorrow, because I got jobs to do while I'm waiting for the Xhorse one. And you know, well, I suppose even better than that would be I put this thing on, which I'll show you. That wasn't good, but let's do this one-handed. You know, it fits. And I thought of this, right? So if anybody's trying to diagnose what's going on here, and you spin this, it kind of spins freely, I think it's pretty safe to say that your drive belt is broke, because the way it should feel, hold on, is there should be just a little bit of resistance, so I can feel, I don't know, it's almost like steps, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if you're trying to diagnose and you spin this and it spins freely, safe to say it's probably the drive belt. And we're going to find out really quickly if the hardware store O-ring will at least work temporarily. I'm going to get this thing back together. I'm sure, because I messed with this and that deck height, I'm going to be sure to do a full calibration, calibrate everything, take those bits out, do a height calibration. I'm impressed with how clean it is in here. Now, I've always used a vacuum. I've never blown this thing out. There's a few chips in there, but not many. And this is as clean as can be. There's nothing back here. So out of all the possible things to go wrong, there's a lot going on back here. A lot of moving parts. I think I got lucky. So I'm gonna just do the reverse, put that cover back on, adjust that deck height, and we're gonna see what happens. All right, so we're all back together. I got that deck down about where I thought it was before. Total honesty, I don't know. You know, I kept track of how many times I unscrewed that thing to raise it up, and I got it approximately back to where it was. But imagine after doing a height level, it may not matter, you know, if I got it back to, it must not matter if I got it back to the around the same spot. So I'm going to do height level M5A. I already know that I want the bit a little bit lower than the probe, and we've done this plenty of times. It's going to touch it with the bit, move over, and I just got to lower the probe. Let's do it. Probe hits, tighten up, hit continue. It's going to test to see if they're both the same height, and that's it, complete. So, of course, I broke my 1.5. I don't have a spare 1.5, so I got the 2.5 in there. 1.5 is better because there are keys that this thing won't let you cut, Toyota emergency keys that it won't let you cut with a 2.5. So I got to get some 1.5s. I'm not going to go through all these other... What's a height calibration? Didn't I just do that? They're two different ones. Oh, maybe I did that wrong. Was it because I didn't have that tightened? Let's try that again. Yeah, clearly it's because I didn't have it tightened. Alright, so that's good. I mean, I could do all the other ones. Cutting calibration is the only one left. It's been a while. Oh, cutter diameter. I already did that. Already done it. Alright, cut a key blank for calibration. I did grab a HON 66. I'll be right back. So I got my HON 66 in here. One of the things that I've seen that I'm just pretty sure it's not true from experience is I've seen people think that they're wasting a HON 66 blade when they do this, and all indications are that you're not wasting a blade. If you watch what it does, it's just going to cut the tiniest sliver down one side of the key. I mean, that's taking off almost nothing. Same in the front. And same on the side. The tiniest sliver. And then after I hit next, well, it's going to tell me to clean that off. Whatever, it's clean. And all it's going to do, clearly what it's going to do, is reach out with the probe and check what it cut. Complete. So it's clearly happy with what it did. So, I mean, we're going to find out the hard way if it can, if this piece from the hardware store, the O-ring, I got a spare one. That's the broken one. That's the broken one. That's my spare from the hardware store. I'll keep it in here as long as it lasts. I got the ones from Xhorse on the way, so with any luck at all, this will last at least until those come in. But what do we have here? We got what to do if your tri-belt breaks. Not that bad to replace, and I would say anybody relying on this machine to make money, you should have a spare one of these. You know, there's a certain amount of things that you should have spares of: bits, probes. I would put this right in the same category, and I'm going to try and find out. There's a place in here where I can see how many keys I've cut. Oh, so 1,800 cuts. That's not that many. I had 3,000 on the last machine. Never had this problem, but clearly it can happen at any time. So having a spare one of these, probably a must-have. So I'll update soon if anything bad happens, but if you don't see another video from me, it means I'm running the hardware store plumbing O-ring and running it successfully and cutting keys with it. So I hope this helps somebody else out. An easy fix for who knows how common of a problem, but that's it. Changing the drive belt. Xhorse XP007. I assume the others are probably similar, but we'll have to find out the hard way. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.